Mashiach. The Rebbe pinpoints two things that had happened recently. Then, in the week of Mishpotim, Toshanim days, the Rebbe begins the Sikha. What happened on Erev Shabbos? The decision made in the UN to stop using nuclear. The Nesiyei Shtei Ma'amotzes HaGedolos, to stop the matzav HaMilchamis, Bein Medinas Ha'olam, stop the nuclear, Shalom V'Achdus, Shituf Ula V'Ezer Hadodis, Bein Medinas Ha'olam V'Toivos Enoshis Kula. Before that, so that on Wednesday, a whole speech of Hidia V'Hichriz, less money to Klei Neshek, V'Nitzul HaKsofim, T'Elohoisip B'Nyonei HaKolkolo Shel B'nei HaMedina. Instead of Klei Neshek to Kolkolo. Which these things are connected to Gula because it's in Yonim of Kitzur Chabayis Amlitim, which in the Pasuk is clear a hemshich of Pu'ulas Mashiach Ha'amim, V'Shofat Ben Agoyim V'Chiach La'amim Rabim. So the Radak is masbir that it's because Hu Yechiach Lahem V'Yemer L'Mishim Tzvay Av L'Yasher HaMa'avis V'Bnei Zeh L'Til Mulcham Ben Am La'am Ki Hu Yashlam Ben Hayam. So B'Meila, Al-Tzaschola of this Indian, this means it's not just Tama Yehuda Gula, it's a Yehuda Gula Behemshich to be a Samashiach and Pula Samashiach. So to this, that he's saying to use to lessen money that was meant to go to wars and to make peace in the whole world, this is coming out to Pula from El HaMashiach. Because when Zman Hasi shall be as Mashiach Tzidkenu, it's a difference having this Pula. The Vaila, it looks like the Kesher, meaning if you're just learning the Radak, it sounds like it's going to be the Melech HaMashiach, which is sitting there and teaching, and it's like a direct communication between Melech HaMashiach and the White House, and giving him the ideas of peace. But here, when the Rebbe teaches it in the Nimshol, which is the meaning of the pasuk, it's true. Pulasi Shamalach HaMashiach, Aideze Shakadosh Baruch Hu Noisim B'Leiv HaMelachim Dumas Ha'olam Leiv Melachim V'Sarim B'Yad Hashem Lachet U'Lachriz Yachdon. Makes it a little bit more ruchnisdik, even though it's not necessarily a stira. It's more practical because we don't see a clear line. But on the other hand, Rosh never speaks about Russia. The Rebbe says, yeah, it has to do with the tzedek v'yosher. Things have an effect. Because Nasi Adar is teaching in Yonim of Chinuch, and so people are reading it, and people are saying it, and things are being repeated. If you'd be able to, if things spread as quick as the corona spreads, so also messages and vibes and outlooks, so it could be physically traveled back you could be able to find back its connection, how it started from the Rebbe's Sikha and went to this person. That's besides all the Rebbe's inside direct connections with the world leaders and world politicians. But here the Rebbe says it's also included the Indian that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Neisim B'Leiv HaMelachim Dumas Ha'olam, that because the world is getting more Mashiachdik, so that's why this effect is happening. We see the Shaykhis with Melech HaMashiach in the Mokaim, that it's here, and it's the same city. It's the city of Melech HaMashiach, the city. When Nasi Adar came, he was Kevea, his place, Stavki here. This became the Mokar of Afatzes HaMayonis. Yishleimar shebekiyuma shel pgisha achot achazazu ba'ir shel Nasi Dareinu. Merumas shekol zabak etetzoa ma'pu'ulos afatzes der v'yadu tzedek v'yeshem b'chol ha'olam shenasu b'nasum de Nasi Dareinu Mashiach shebedar. Ad shaydei shleimus haveda b'kolana b'yameinu eila, because we're so active, so properly doing it, the world is royu muksher for this beginning of the Kitzur Chabayis Amlitim. Ha'ara 26, l'hoyer, that this whole irgun was made by a achlota sheniskabla in the middle of the war, Shnas Tavshin Beis La'erech, or Bikr B'siyuma Shalom Muhammad Tavshin Hei La'erech, and it was besmichis l'boy shenasi dereinu l'chatzi kader atachton, and it was decided to be done in New York, be'ira shenasi dereinu, and building the building b'shnas Tavshin Yurav La'erech, which is all mudgish that this is coming, also pu'ula from Nasi Adar, and as it says, the wall of the building, Yikisu Chabayisam Leitim. So we see that it's a Mashiach, it's coming from Mashiach, it's a Mashiach Tikkein. Also the Zman, that it happens Erev Shabbos, that means it's Achonah to Mashiach, it's Chavav, which is Mitzad Gilu Yashem Havaya, and it's in the month, it's the Shlemos of the month of Yud Shvat, which is the Shlemos of the pool of Nasi Dareinu. So we see this is weiter a pool of Nasi Dareinu. The Kesher of Parshas Mishpotim, as we started off saying, that the Inyan of Mishpotim, Rebbe has a diuk here, it's also in the Maimer Vela Mishpotim in Vukad Vav, that when we say Ma'ari Sheinu Misinai, Feilu Misinai, it's not just going on the Kiyum. You have to be Mekayim the Mishpotim with the same Kabbalah soil as you keep the Chukim of Sinai. It's also going on the Elu itself. Hog Gufa, let's take for instance like Tirtzach. Hog Gufa, like Tirtzach is an understood thing. It's even Shavmis B'reinayach, and it's self-understood. Hog Gufa that's understood is Misinai. It's because the Eibusher is Keveh that it should be understood. If the Eibusher would want that things shouldn't be understood, it wouldn't be understood. Mahar Yisheni Misinai, the same way a Chayk of Para Aduma is only something because the Eibusher is Kaveh like this, so too a Mishpat. Like Tirtzach, a Mishpat in Parshas Mishpotim, is Misinai is really only understood because Hashem wants it to be understood. Says the Rebbe, in other words, Mishpotim is saying that even things that seem so normal, seem so regular, seem like common sense, you should know it's Hashpah, it's getting its Hashpah and its Kiyum from Torah. So that Goyim, Sivav the Rebbe saying, this that even now it seems like it's Pashat move on Meseichel Adam, Seichel Anushi Mechayev Kiyum Shalem Hapitzadik V'Yesher, Shlilas Muhammad should be a Heres for Korban. Lapoil we see b'meshach kama deiros there was ribu Muhammad's benumas Eilam shekamur Heres for Korban by Eilam b'nigul Amischayev Seichel Anushi. It makes so much sense, but still, somewhere it's not making sense. Somewhere the norm was still to fight. Akain tzarich leimer that the siba amitis why now this becomes common thinking and people are saying no war and no fighting. And this achlata that they have is mitzad achlotas v'achrozes malki rabbanon, a psak that the rabbanim made. Shehini is a melech HaMashiach ba, the psak, the beginning from the psak din of Nasi Dareinu, that everything's ready for Kabbalah to Mashiach. Chen a psak din shel rabbanim ma'ilelo b'Yisrael, shegiya zman ha'geula. Yam melech HaMashiach David v'cheska shu Mashiach ad la'mayim nematzu d'arei zeh Mashiach b'vada. Psak din misinai, shenimshach v'choder gam b'gidrei oilam ar kedei kach, shemanhigim Yisrael machlim v'chesim midaiton. Dvar Malchus nematzu v'kitz v'esam leit. This that is coming from Torah, the Rebbe says in R55, is Murumas Gambekach, Shachlota, Vachrozazu, Neskabla, Bemokim, Shibai Misnesis, Bakaisa, Lagolu, Dabin, and Apostle, Kuzu, Wesalit. The Mudgash, Shachlota, Vachrozazu, we said that's supposed to be Torah, Misinai, that they themselves are saying the real source. We could look at it, that they have their own agenda, and they built their own nice. To make it nice, you have to have to make it biblical, so they have a pasuk outside. There's Punk Parker. Truth, they know that there's a pasuk, but not they know. The truth is that there's a pasuk, and this pasuk is what had effect. It trickled down from because Nasi Adar came to America, so Mela started the kiyum of Kis Chavei Samleitim. Became this pasuk, and this pasuk trickled, made this group, made these people, made them decide these things. So the matzav of the tzaddik v'yesher, what they're passing nowadays. Fine. How does this stem with what the Rebbe told Bibi that it's the house of darkness? House of darkness, the darkest place, something like that, right? House of lies. Well, I hear the Rebbe saying that it's kiss by Litan, it's peace. Huh? Yeah, there's the Sheder Shadavar and there's the Pale Mamas. Huh? That was before, then it took time to be in this Gala, the Emes. The Rebbe saying when it was. Yeah. You have to say the Sheder Shadavar. Huh? Say that, but this is Sheder Shadavar. Al Derech, the whole kingdom of America. You have in Sichis. On one hand, the Rebbe speaks with Tegosan of America, that they understand if you listen clearly, like Lamosha Yudshvat Mem Gimel, the Rebbe speaks America's Nishanders. The Rebbe speaks Shivcha Shal America. Sounds like, in other words, George Washington or Columbus was Mechaven Ta'atzmus Umuhus, a type of Eibishter that's not Mechayiv you to act a certain way, and he could have all Eibishters under you, like, not all Eibishters, but like it's not a certain Shiur. Eibishter is Secher from Shiur. The way in Chatzi Kader Elyon they understood Eibishter is a certain Shiur. That's why it's Mechayiv a certain behavior, and that's why if you believe in something, you have capital punishment if someone doesn't believe it, or else you're a faker. Kilo America, their hair, the Atzmos, which is theoretically Hashem could be anything. Theoretically, L'Poyel, he was in Skal Matan Torah, and we know the truth, so we know the Torah Semes. But like they're Mechaven to the Semes of making E pluribus unum, whatever, from many to make one. God we trust. On the other hand, there's other places where the Rebbe speaks. America is Maloshan Amreka, Pustalan. It's not that they chapt Atzmos. They chapt Choimer. That's his Chatzikad Dartach. He says, we're fighting too much over religion, we're killing each other. Let's find a place where we all agree, we can live peacefully. We all agree that hamburger tastes good. We all agree that Choimer Aguf, Gashmis Aguf. Vacation and all the nourishing things which was nailed in America. It was a joke. One of the menhagim that the Rebbe says a medina, an hoga of medina zu, to make a joke. Things of Choimer, in other words, it wasn't because they were more chassidim, more chassidish, and more religious. They're more grub. They didn't care so much about their religion. And the main thing is to stay alive. And just put your religion on the side. We're not fighting over religion, not because we're believing in Atzmos. It's because religion ahin, religion aher. Let's just live peacefully and happily ever after. And that's why there's a lot of puskait, and in a way much less chinuch of Eibishter in Chatzi Kader Tachten. So on one hand there's less chinuch, and they're fighting against the moment of silence. On the other hand, it's already on the dollar, and God we trust. So these two afachim, and b'cholos the word is that the sheirish, the gilui, and the Rebbe wants to be, the Rebbe's starting to be successful in being megala the sheirish. The dollar is the sheirish. It's coming out the b'chinas sheirish. Yeah. And underverted to make our matzpun feel good, but the Rebbe always laughs about the reform. They put their rabbi, their Zayded, with the Asu'etz Gavoya Chamishim Amah. We come from good places. Yeah. The reason they have the dollar, in God we trust, is we also believe in a God. The Medina is, the chinuch is without any golidic teaching of Eibush. The Rebbe is being malamed that there's a way of being takib, bringing this atzmos in Yediyah, upon him. Here the Rebbe is saying that the UN is a wonderful place. It's a place that tzedek v'yesher, and it's being megaler. It's a tetzah of the koyach and the teira of Nasi Derenu. The Sidin of Gula is in Parshas Yisrael, the Sidin of Sanhedrin, the Lishkas Hagotzis, the Mizbech. This has to do Parshas Trumot, building the base of Migdash. And in Parshas Mishpotim, the whole thing is to make the union of Nizikin, which Nizikin is Baba Kama, Baba Metzia, Baba Basra. That means where there's problems, Baba Kama, and also Baba Metzias, the union of, until Baba Basa, Shutun Shiratzu, the union of Avis Yisrael and Achdas Yisrael. That's the way of bringing the Geula. And that's why there's a lot of sugis in Baba Basa which speak about Mashiach. The Mela, because of this whole thing, that if we open our eyes and we see that the Pula of Melcham Mashiach is already starting, is Mischazik, the Pliya, the Tmiya, Biyacht, and Gedol Atzar Ba'Beholot. Ad Shemitzad Gedol Atzar Ein Laharch V'Zeviyem HaShabbos. Haytochin Shemen Yisrael Nimtzem Edayim Begolos Ad Masa. We have all the Simonim, Al Boy Hagula, Mitzvah Hashem, Tegum Ad Mamish. We're still in Chutz Loretz. Void Ve'ikir Adayin Lo Niskavla Haidov Atzivu Ivanesinas Koyach also Lemikdash Chanti V'Seich. The Mela, it's understood not to go to sleep Chas V'Shalom Punkt Verkehrt. Gedol Atzerich Ve'Hechrit. L'Hoisif V'Yeser Seis V'Yeser Eis, and the things that bring the Gula, the union of Mishpotim, the union of Avis Yisrael, the union of Kesef Talve, Shutun Shirotzu, and Hogov Ayachas. In a way of Shutun, we're working it out together. And then, of course, Vasuli Mikdash, Shanti V'Seicha. Never connects it to Chafei Chavav, to whatever the days of the week, which all are connected to the Geula. Misbach Gula L'Gula. Rebbe, in the end of the Sikha, says that it goes into this, it's Shaykh that will have right away Nisin. Because even though it's meant to be a Ibriyar, but Mashiach could come and will change it. The Lahoyer, that even before Bias Mashiach, we could change it. There's a of changing the Kfiyas. Came to Yalonu B'Pel Mamish, taking me on Mamish and Kol Prushim Shabimiyad, Kil Gam Rashatevis, the Kol Sadeiris, Moshe Yisrael, David Malchus Mashiach, or 148, the President of the Indozeh. We have all the three Tkufis. Seder Kirva Aleinu, Mashiach Menachem Shmoy. Yusuf and David, Mashini, or the Rebbe Shasidin, the Holy Prushim Shabimamish, the Holy Reish Mamish Kipshute, Mamish.